Hi everyone, I have another layout using the Roundabout Studio Calico kit. I'm just showing you that basically I'm not down to my scraps, but I cut my papers so it was basically scraps. I have one side that's 6 by 12 and the other one's all scraps. And then I have my scraps of cardstock out. And this is a template by the Crafters Workshop and it is called Halftone Borders. And I'm going to use the one that's all polka dots, and I'm going to ink it up with some Tide Pool ink from Hero Arts, and I'm going to do a border at the top and at the bottom. And I thought I'd try something different this month, and I'm so used, at the end of the month that I'm racking my brains how I can use the scraps that by the time I start a new kit, I really, almost not struggle, but it's like not motivated. That's the word. Not motivated to start with the new kit. Like I'm just looking at the papers going, oh, I wish it was scraps. So then I thought, well, I don't want to make it all scraps because what if I need a bigger piece? So I cut it 6 by 12 and then the rest I just cut it up. And just to try to see if I could get my mojo, started up again. And it seems to have worked because I did 3 pages in one day. And today I'm going to start the 4th in this afternoon. And hopefully by tonight I'll do the 5th one. So hopefully I'll be able to upload 1 page a day, for the next few days, which I haven't done in a long time, even though I'm going back to work tomorrow. And actually, this is my second voiceover right in a row because they're already uploaded and, kind of processed and everything so that I can do the voiceover. And as soon as these are done, I'm going to start uploading the 3rd one. So I'll be ahead of the game. So I'm not coming home and rushing either. So that's huge too. So now I'm going through the scraps and I'm going to find some papers that coordinate with this page. And this is pictures at the campground that we stayed at in New York. There was a little golf course, like a mini golf course, and it wasn't big at all. But the kids and my husband still had fun just going out there, and they're very competitive. So even though this was a mini golf course, they were still, like bring it. And, they were right competitive and wanted to, challenge each other to a few games. And they did play quite a few games while we were there. And you could just hear them laughing throughout, the campground and stuff. So they had a ball. So now I'm going through some brads that we got in last month's kit. And I seem to be doing that a lot. I kind of put stuff away and forget about it, and then the next month I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta use that up. So then I end up using it on the next month. So I'm going to do that for a couple things here on the page. And the other stuff, it wasn't that I forgot about it, I just didn't seem to be able to use it. So now I'm going through some labels that I got printed at Staples, and I just have so many printed right now that it just seems discouraging to, put what I do with the tags. I'm going to have to do it because I end up spending a lot of time looking for gray labels. And if it was on my little tag, I could have just went to the gray section and boom, it would have been right there. So I'm going to have to, just maybe take it in on a night shift or something and just kind of glue it on a tag. And now I'm going through the rest of the digital prints that I didn't get cut up yet because I got a whole bunch. I think I got 18 or 19 sheets printed at once. So it does take quite a bit of time to cut those apart. So I went through and I looked for anything that had some teal or some aqua and some gray. And I'm going to cut it up. I just find when you do it when you need it, it just takes a lot of time away from the scrapbooking process. I'd rather just spend time scrapbooking, and when I cut out, I cut out. So I'm going to have to just, you know, buckle down and just cut those apart. I did really good. As soon as I got them, I spent a whole bunch of time and got a whole bunch cut up, and then I think I kind of forgot about them, and I'm going to have to take them in and cut them one night. So what I do when I cut is I move the paper and not the scissors, and it makes your die cut less choppy, if that makes any sense. Because if you do the motion of cutting with your scissors, you're going to get that in your die cut. But if you just hold your scissor and you just do one, as you can tell, my scissors are not going up and down, up and down. It's just the paper that's moving, and the scissors is doing one swoop down, if that makes any sense. So now I'm looking for punches that I can punch these die cuts out, and that's a 2-inch circle. And I found this little tag that I really liked, or it's a little flag, I guess, and it says life is good, and another one that says happiness right here, and then that little one with the heart with the gray. It's perfect because it's blue and gray. So the recording stops, so if I repeat myself, I apologize. And so I'm going to keep going through these printouts that I got done at Staples, and it is some Studio Calico prints, and I decided on that gray and white chevron, and it goes well with the label that I already took out. I punch out that circle, but I don't end up using it. The quote of the day, I don't end up using that one. And then there's another one that says noted, I believe, and I don't end up using that one, but I just put it back in my bag, and I'll use it on another layout. So now, as you saw, I just basically take out a whole bunch of die cuts, and then once I feel like I have enough, I start spreading them out between the clusters. And then I took out my letters that we got, the cork letters that we got in last month's kit, and I didn't use them at all. And I noticed when I did the Calico video, I'm like, I didn't use that at all. So I'm going to use them on this page. I'm going to use my Hero Arts daubers, and at first I kind of put that on first, and then I noticed that it was kind of dark, because I mean cork is dark. So then I added Studio Calico, the white from Studio Calico. I'm going to dry it up, and then I'm going to put the Hero Arts Tide Pool Blue, and I really like that a whole lot better. And I just kind of taken out a bracket just as a tester, and the color is much truer to the blue that is the Tide Pool Blue. So now I'm going to do that with my letters and the chevron, and I'm going to use a paintbrush because I found I was wasting a lot of my Calico white, and I'm just going to spread it out, use my heat gun, dry it up because I don't want to wait, and on cork it takes forever to dry. So I'm going to keep doing that until I find that it's white enough, and I'm going to dry it up again, and then I'm going to heat it up again. And now I'm going to put the Hero Arts Tide Pool Blue. And I'm going to do the same thing with the chevron arrows. Now, like I said, the recording stopped and I didn't have time to go listen to what I actually said. Okay, I might get this recording done. So anyway, I was saying, I started having a coughing fit. I was saying that my grandson is here and he's sleeping, and I'm babysitting him. So I just want to get this done so that I can process it and get it uploaded. So anyway, I don't know what I've already said, but this layout took me 1 hour and 16 minutes, and the last one, I forgot to mention it when I did the process video, took me 43 minutes, and I know it's due to the fact that I cut up all my papers, because I didn't have to think how big should I cut this paper or what goes with what. And even I had done a video that was paper selection, and I'm not even going with that. I'm just going with, what seems to go with the papers. And I'm just going through the whole stack of the scraps that I created. And I use them on the page. So up to now, it seems to be working well. I might change my mind by the time I get, to the end of the kit, but I'll keep you updated on how I feel about it. So now I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I'm going to do it to the chevron arrows. I'm going to do it with the Calico white. And then I'm going to heat them up. And I'm going to put a second coat. And then I'm going to put the Hero Arts ink. So if you want to see close-ups of the layout, you can do 3 things. One, you can join me on my Facebook group, and I have the link in the description. And then you get to see other people's layouts, and they're just amazing. The talent on that group. It's really inspiring to see all the, the different pages and everything. And or you can go to 2Ps or Studio Calico and go to Nicole Jones 911 in the members gallery. And I upload all my pages there. And another thing I want to remind you is by the time this uploads, it'll be September 10th. And my giveaway will end on September 11th. So go check that out and join in to get a chance to win a prize of $100. So anyway, just if you want, you can check that out, and you can get your name up to 8 times in the draw. I'm going to do the draw on September 14th. So now I've gotten that done, and I'm going to work on my title. And I took out, some of my alphas, and I'm going to decide on Jenny Bolin, the gray alpha. And I'm going to spell bring, and then I'm going to use my cork alphabet to say it. So it's just going to say bring it. And I don't know where I went at this time. This is about the 4th time I've done this recording. I'm trying to get ahead of the game, and I either have to stop the recording or it just stops. So hopefully I can get through this and it doesn't sound too choppy. So I apologize if it really sounds choppy. But I go back to work tomorrow, and I'm trying to get ahead of the game so that all I have to do is come home and, upload some videos. And then if I feel like, if I have the energy to do half a page or something, then I'm going to keep staying ahead of the game. So now, like I said, I get a whole bunch of stuff out, and now I'm going to start spreading it in between the layers, or the different spots that I want the embellishment. And like I said earlier in this video, or maybe it got deleted, but my camera moved, and you won't see a difference till the 4th, 2 layouts from now, because I did 3 layouts in a row without doing any voiceover. So I didn't notice till when I first did the first voiceover that my camera moved. So I apologize for that you don't see the top of the page. And now I'll know that I have to go more towards the bottom of my cutting mat in order to see the whole page. So at this point, I'm going to start gluing everything down. And I'm going to use a combination of my ATG tape and my Quick Dry Adhesive by Scotch. It's one of my favorite glues. And I'm going to glue that down. And I'm having a bit of a hard time because it's two separate pieces of paper instead of a whole one. It makes it hard to kind of align and get it in there. But that blue chevron is one of my favorite papers in the entire kit. I know I'm going to be using both papers of that, because I have two sheets, and I know I'll be using the two sheets of that pattern paper because I believe I've already used it twice on, I've done 3 pages and I've already used it twice, so I know that it's going to be gone in no time at all. Now I'm going to put some foam tape in behind some of the embellishments. And that foam tape I got at Custom Crops. And I'm going to put it at the third, behind the, sorry, I can hear the baby start to wake up, so it kind of distracted me. And so I put some foam tape in behind all the different circles. And one of them is a flag. And there was a little bit of overhang because I was having a hard time aligning those papers, so I'm just going to cut that off. And the top cluster, I also put a circle there, but I didn't put it in on a foam tape. I just kind of made it so that it would be there. And then my paper was kind of crooked, or my embellishment, so I kind of fixed that up and then trimmed it. And I believe next I'm going to work on my title. As this is the third time I'm doing this recording, or third or fourth time. So I'm going to remove all the corked alphas from the sheet, and I'm going to move it over to my wax paper. And I'm going to use my Jenny Bolin. That came from my stash, the Jenny Bolin alphas. And I'm going to spell the word bring, and then the word it. And I'm going to put those chevron arrows around the title. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of choppy when I'm talking, but where this is the fourth time, you kind of forget what you've already said, what you didn't say, and so it's making it hard. I have to think too much, like, okay, did I say that already, or do I need to say that again, or so I apologize if this one is a little choppy. So now I'm going to add some quick dry adhesive in behind each letter, because what happens is when you do put Glimmer Glaze and the Mr. Huey and you heat it up, the stickiness, like the backing was staying onto my non-stick sheet, so I had to peel those off, but that's okay. At least you're able to change the color of them. And it's not that I hate cork, it's just I like to kind of change it so that you can make it so that it coordinates with your page. So now I'm going to poke some holes to put my brads in. And these brads were from last month's kit, and I kind of had put them in one of my containers and totally forgot about them. So I took them out and put them with this month's kit so that I get to use them. And the recording stopped, but all I did was added some Glimmer Glaze and finished putting those brads on. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.